In this age of political correctness where we're supposed to love everyone, we are lowering and lowering our standards. We're lowering our standards on how we show up, on how we interact socially, on how we dress, and we're not doing each other any favors. And the thing is that men who are fat, who don't keep their word, who have no backbone, are sexually repulsive. Like, I feel it in my body. And even though I'm a nice person, I have this automatic disgust. Check out my belt buckle. See, now I've got some real power and strength. I keep my word. I have willpower. I show up. And that's what I want in men. Behind every angry woman and quiet man is a man who is walled off. That's just as bad. So what I want to say is you do not have to be okay and try to make yourself feel bad like I used to do, like, oh, I shouldn't be angry, I should be nice. The fact that you're angry is because there's a bunch of shit going down. Like as an escort, I might have a guy saying, I'll contact you tomorrow about an appointment, and he doesn't, which is totally fine from a business standpoint. But I'm also trying to see, like, do I want to invite this man into my home for sexual encounter? And when I find out that I don't, I let him know. When someone is extra being a gentleman, I let him know. I think that men need feedback on how to be effective men. And I don't think there are enough women saying from their point of view, kindly, you're not showing up. Your willpower is attractive. Your lack of willpower and loose words are sexually repulsive to me. I think men need to hear that. And when you feel a sexual repulsion to someone, it could very well be because this man is showing signs of depression in how he's dressed, signs of lack of willpower in his physical strength, signs of being walled off by not being tender with his emotions, signs of being afraid of being assertive by being a doormat, throwing out words without backing them up, being weak and ineffective. We judge men not based on your fucking big muscles, which means shit, but based on your effectiveness, your assertiveness, your tenderness, your intelligence, your good-natured humor, your physical strength, like everything that makes a good human. And I think that we need to talk to men the same way that men talk to men, because they'll say stuff like, hey, bro, putting on some pounds, get your ass to the gym, bro. That's how men talk to each other. And I know I find it shocking because women don't do that, but men do well with that. Men do really well with that. And I think it has to come from a place of, I honestly feel this way, and I'm going to tell you, not by shaming them or putting them down, but I feel sexually repulsed by you just throwing out loose words. I really like this book, Mate. I really like this book, Mate. I think that it's a great book for men to understand what women want, because unlike you, we don't just want you just because you have a dick. You want me because I have holes, 3 holes. For some men that watch a lot of porn, you just see me as 3 holes. And I don't see men like that in my appointments. But your libido is so high that your standards are pretty low, and you will just go by the curves of a woman. Whereas we go by everything about you. We take in a lot more, and we're a lot more choosy who we have sex with. So whether you keep your word matters, whether we want to fuck you. If your willpower matters to whether we want to fuck you, your discipline matters to whether we want to fuck you. Your agreeableness matters. Your doormatness is a turn off, and your assertiveness is a turn on. And yes, I want you to be a fucking animal in the bedroom and be nice to me and tender to me outside the bedroom and have an opinion and keep your fucking word. Like, there are so many guys going around. That's why I have to ask for deposits with my clients, so I can weed out the guys who are real from the guys who are not. A problem I had on Bumble and Tinder or Match.com is I started thinking, I want to ask these guys, that I'm going to meet for a date for a fucking deposit, or even to talk to them, because I know I'm going to show up. I don't know if you're going to show up. So it's kind of a funny little thing, but I think it's so important to go around, who am I? Who am I being? What kind of person do I want to be? It's not about having to please that woman. It's about what kind of man do I want to be? Because that kind of man acts in a certain way. Okay? All right, so this is a lecture from me just venting, and it probably doesn't apply to any of you because you guys probably all keep your word because that's the kind of subscribers I have. But you might find it interesting that a woman looks at those qualities more than just how your body looks and how big your cock is. The bigness of your cock is irrelevant if you don't keep your word, if you're a fake charmer, a time waster, a flaker, a creep, like in those Hollywood movies where the woman says no and the guy just stalks her. Like, that's a creepy stalker. And men have so many false ideas about what we want. I was on another channel making a bunch of comments today, and some guys were like, yeah, but women like a guy that looks like this. And it was some jacked up guy with overdeveloped muscles that looked totally deformed. I'm going to call it deformed. Have you ever seen those guys that work on their arms and have big arms and then they're like an upside down triangle? I think they look deformed and ridiculous and gross, and I feel as repulsed by him as I do by the guy who's flashing me in a car or with a big belly, like repulsed. But guys think that's what we want. That's not what we want. That's why I think you should read this book and see what women actually want. You can just be fit enough, just be strong enough to throw me around in bed, keep up your weight and be able to fuck me in a plank position for 10 or 15 minutes. And I have some clients in their 70s who can fuck me, whose cocks get hard, I kid you not, and can fuck me in a plank position better than any 20 or 30-year-old who's just been watching porn and is too lazy to get up off his back. So I'm calling you guys out. By the way, they eat really clean and they're lean and they do cardio and strength training. That's what they do. So you want to lay around and sit on your ass and lie to women and throw out words, you're going to end up being one of those despondent incels. Or you'll have to get a woman who is just as mentally fucked up as you are and who has no standards. I guess. I don't know. Drop your comments below. Hee haw.